Hi, I'm Jason Levine with Harry Levine Insurance, and we're here to discuss the shocking, or not so shocking, truth about insurance for electrical contractors. Electrical contractors serve incredible functions in both the construction and maintenance industries. It's critical to keep the lights on, and knowing that an electrical contractor is properly covered for when the unexpected does occur, because we all know at some point it eventually will, is critical. Here at Harry Levine Insurance, we've been working with electricians and other types of electrical contractors for dozens of years, and we can help guide you to design an incredible insurance program that fits your perceived needs. Very often, electrical contractors are faced with some highly technical coverage requests from general contractors or project managers. Here at Harry Levine Insurance, we can help guide you through that process and make sure that your insurance portfolio includes what they're asking for and/or that you can negotiate away from what are sometimes some pretty unreasonable requests. After all, you come to an insurance expert to deal with insurance, and sometimes those requests are from a checklist that could be even dozens of years old. Making sure that your insurance portfolio as an electrical contractor is comprehensive and tailored to your particular needs is critical. Very often, an electrical contracting firm needs general liability insurance, commercial automobile insurance, workers' compensation insurance, an inland marine floater, and several other different insurance products, very often bonding as well, to make sure that they're ready to go on the job site and be fully protected. Even more critically, making sure that all those pieces are in place allow you to successfully bid and get on the job with large contractors and project managers. Too often forgotten or taken for granted or not perceived as having value types of insurance that electrical contractors do truly need are employment practices liability and cyber liability. Let's think about some of the recent cyber attacks that have been high profile in the news in the last 5 years. One was at a huge big box retailer. What happened? An HVAC contractor used digital equipment to tap into the system to do maintenance. A bad actor, or the bad guys, then were able to hack through that air conditioning contractor's equipment into that big box store's mainframe, causing a massive data breach. Yep, the HVAC contractor was responsible because it was their equipment that was breached when it was hooked into the retailer's system. So if you're using any kind of diagnostic equipment like that, or you're using any kind of cloud-based solution to diagnose, program, or otherwise manipulate systems for clients, you need cyber liability. As a matter of fact, even if we're not paying direct monetary losses, there are all kinds of public relations costs, credit monitoring that's often required by state law for victims. And if you've got, let's say, big box retailer A, who has millions, maybe even billions of clients whose information could have been exposed, that can be critical to have that coverage in place versus facing expenses that could cripple or even destroy your business. Employment practices liability for electrical contractors is also critically important. What EPL, employment practices liability, covers, depending upon exact policy language, are things like wage and hour claims, improper hiring and firing practices, improper disciplinary practices, improper treatment on the job. Basically, when an employee makes an allegation, so remember, this insurance isn't saying, you've done something wrong, now there's a covered claim. In fact, if you've done something wrong as a business owner, operator, or manager, intentionally, that's never covered. But if it's truly an accident or truly an oversight, or just a process or procedure that wasn't in line with local labor law or federal labor law, what happens is that insurance program will provide legal defense. So whether or not it even pays out to a third party, it pays for your legal defense, which is where most of those expenses are. I implore you to remember, no matter your industry, but particularly in this case, to my friends in the electrical contracting business, this is about allegations. It's not about your wrongdoing. It's about that disgruntled employee watching an infomercial at 2 o'clock in the morning and going, I'm gonna call that 1-800 number. And the next thing you know, you're being accused of some sort of labor violation and you must defend it. And that's where employment practices liability triggers. Instead of having to hire and pay an attorney all on your own, your insurance company comes to your defense within the limits of your insurance policy. Why is inland marine coverage, such as an installation floater, a term you may or may not be familiar with, so critical for electrical contractors? Well, when you're installing equipment on a job site, that equipment could be damaged, it could be stolen. Think about copper wire, copper tubing, things like that. Very, very high value items that do disappear from job sites. Your typical property insurance, and of course your general liability insurance, are not going to cover that kind of damage or theft of copper wiring or other building construction materials. Enter inland marine insurance. Inland marine insurance includes things such as an installation floater, where goods left on a job site to be installed find themselves covered. So make sure that you're talking to your independent insurance agent about all of the kinds of coverages that may apply to your business. You'll of course choose to include some and maybe not to include others, but make sure again that you speak with your independent insurance agent about what's out there so that you can make the most informed decision as a business owner or operator. Insuring your electrical contracting firm is really not that daunting of a task, if you work with an independent insurance agent like Harry Levine Insurance, that is. Remember, there are a ton of moving pieces when it comes to designing your insurance package. There are even more moving pieces when it comes to figuring out what's your premium going to look like. The advice of an independent agent is exactly what will help guide you through the process and make sure that you can run the most top quality operation and have the most favorable insurance costs and program for your needs. Give us a call today, email us, or make a submission on our website. We're excited to talk to you and help guide you through the process of designing your own very best insurance program for your electrical contracting firm.